PinkandPaper.com, and I'm really excited to be sharing my first video with you today. I posted a card last week using a flower made out of some ovals, and I had several comments and requests on how to make the card, so I'm going to share it with you today. This is an example of the type of card that I made. This is not the same one I made last week. I did this yesterday using some new paper that I got, so I want to show you the paper, and then I'm going to show you how to make the card. So here we've got our paper. This is Colorbach brand paper. It's from Walmart. I really like their paper. Mary from Cards TV actually uses this a lot too. I heard her talk about this quite often, and I agree with her. It works really well in your Cricut. It cuts smoothly. Everything, not a problem. And this is a new pack they had. I hadn't seen it there before. It's called Rhapsody, and I think it's $5, and you've got quite a few. It's really springy, has quite a few pages and all that. So that's what I've used for today's flower. So let's get started. For your base of the card that I made was a 5-inch square. So for my base, I used a piece of paper that was 10 inches by 5 inches. Folded it in half, obviously, and then I cut some mats to go on there. My base mat I cut at 4 7/8 inches squared, and then I cut another mat at 4 3/4 inches squared. Normally I would make my mats a little smaller, but the flower's kind of big, so I wanted to give it a lot of surface area. So we're going to put the mats onto our base right now. I'm going to use my trusty little ATG gun that I love, in pink, of course. If you don't have one of these, I would highly recommend it. We're going to take that and adhere that to our base. See if I can get it straight the first time. Sometimes I succeed and sometimes I don't. We've got a little bit coming off there. Get this corner stuck on that didn't stick too well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to adhere this to our base. Get this put on here, and like I said, try to get it on there straight. I don't know about you, but I've done a lot of cards where I've put it on there and got it all nice and stuck, and when I held it up, it was not straight. So we've got our mats on here, and now we're going to make our flowers. As you can see, again, from the picture, these flowers are basically just made from ovals cut from the George and Basic Shapes cartridge. I cut the ovals at 1 3/4 inches. With my gypsy, I've made several cards like this, and a couple of them I have taken the gypsy and stretched them out where the ovals were wider or longer just to make a different type of petal. You can do all kinds of different varieties. I'm going to show you one other variety at the end here. So I cut my petals. Let me get those out and show you how we put those together. So what we did was I cut a circle for the base of my petals, and this is just an 1.5 inch circle. You could cut it using a punch, you could cut it using your gypsy, your Cricut, whichever, and cut this. And what I do just for my own sake is I fold it in half lengthwise and widthwise, fold it twice here so that you kind of get some score marks. Basically what this will do is just help you to keep your petals on there straight so that you kind of have a uniform flower. After that, you're going to take your petals that you've cut. And I know these are pink, and I have a pink background here, so I'm just going to flip them over so you can see what I'm doing. And with each petal, you're just going to take the very bottom of it and pinch it right down the middle. You're going to put a little bitty crease. That's just going to help you know where to put your glue and where to put the flower. Okay, so you're going to crease it, and you've got your crease. Now what I do, take my glue, and I just add it on one side of the crease. If my glue will come out. There we go. I love this glue, but it clogs up really bad. So then I use my line that where I've creased my circle to match up with the crease on my petal, so that I just kind of get a starting point here. And as I said, you're only gluing on one side of your petal. What happens then once your glue dries and you add the rest of your petals is you have this side that's free, and that's what gives it the effect. We're going to add a couple more just so I can show you how to do it. As I said, we're going to crease it again. We're going to add some glue. Put it on here, and that's how you start. As you can see, that's how you start to get your effect. I'm going to show you a picture of it again just so you can remember. You can see I basically glued each petal on the left side so that they were all standing up. Once you get them all on there and get them onto your circle, then you get the effect of the 3D flower. As I was making this video, I actually thought of an idea of using my circle punch that I had sitting here with me, and so I made a quick flower with that I want to show you. And this is a flower just kind of impromptu. I actually used the 1.5 inch circle punch folded them in half at the bottom, and adhered them on the sides just like I did the previous one. And that's, I think, would be a fun idea. I may put this together and make a card later. You could add a button or anything you want to the center. And then when you're done with that, you'll just take your flower, you're going to adhere it to your base, put your button, and then you're going to have your finished product. Again, here's your finished product. I did add a mat here that's 1.5 inches wide by 4 3/4 inches long, so that it would match my mat. Added that on. I adhered it with a foam dot and then just used a glue dot to stick my button on. Sometimes I like to tie a bow in the middle of the button, but on this one I just put some twine and made the X, and that's it. I didn't add a sentiment. This might be a birthday card or a thank you card, anything like that. That's all I have for today. Thanks for watching. Here's a picture of the card again if you'd like to see it. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, send me a comment. I love hearing from you guys. Like I've said, it's exciting when I get those emails that you've sent me something. So let me know what you think or what you'd like to see. I hope to do more videos soon. Thank you for watching.